Hey everybody, Seth here with Everyman Prepping, and before I get into my video on some news stories, current events and all that, I want to address what we're hearing about this white lung, new pandemic, pneumonia, flu affecting child thing going on right now. So I'm not a doctor, but for me personally, I'm not really too concerned about this at all. I'm kind of putting in the category of regular winter flu, pneumonia things. I know the media is out there saying it's affecting children. They're showing places in China full of, hospitals and emergency rooms full of children on IV and people on IVs. And there's word about Ohio, Michigan, and all that. Could be very bad flu or pneumonia, but I'm not concerned about it turning into another COVID pandemic thing going on out there right now. Like I said, that's just me. What we're doing, like I said, not a doctor here, not medical advice, but we're sticking to our same routine of vitamin D, vitamin C, regular multivitamins. We've been doing that before COVID and everything came out. If it looks like there's some sickness at school or work, we double up on those items, especially the D, very good stuff. If start showing some symptoms, we hit the elderberry syrup. I've never done a video, maybe I should, but I grow my own elderberries, make syrup out of them. They're great for fighting colds, flus, bacteria, all that stuff. Along with that, you can try some chaga tea. All that stuff's great. So right now, we're just going along with that, eating healthy, getting outside, not staying cramped indoors, all that good stuff. If I feel that it's getting worse, or I have some from my sources, my intel digging that come out looks like a bigger problem, you'll be the first to know. I'll let you know. We'll put something out. But right now, just kind of treating it as normal. There's much bigger fish to fry out there, and that's what I want to look at right now. Let's look at some of those stories, and we'll check them out here. Once again, thank you everybody that's liked the video, shared them, comment, and subscribed to the channel recently. Thanks, welcome all the new members. And let's start off here, like I said, here talking about North Korea. And I did the video. They just put that satellite in orbit. They're taking pictures of Guam and Hawaii and the White House, all that stuff. But they recently put out a little notice here. It says North Korea warns the U.S. that if they harm their spy satellite, that would be like a declaration of war. The fact they have to say this means either it's been attempted or they think it's going to happen. For them to put this out here. And also, this is what they say what they'll do in response. It says the DPRK will consider taking responsive action measures for self-defense to undermine or destroy the viability of U.S. spy satellites. So am I supposed to believe that, maybe this is true, I don't know, that North Korea has the ability to attack our satellites in space? Or does that mean China or Russia would do it for them? I don't know, but they're threatening that they would do this. Maybe one of their other two satellites that transverse the United States twice a day would have, we all think might be an EMP or something. Maybe they'll let it off and they'll destroy U.S. satellites up there as well as cause an EMP. That's what they're threatening. So do they have that technology? Maybe. Do they think the U.S. might try something? Yeah, maybe. So something to keep our eye on. If they're a little trigger happy over there and they think that their satellite just malfunctions, they might blame the United States. Who says satellites go wrong all the time? We don't know about their capabilities, how it was built, how robust their systems are to all the space weather out there that's coming from the sun right now. So even if it just fails, will they blame the U.S. and do something? I don't know. Something for us to keep track of, though. Moving on from there, we had a big attack today in the Red Sea. The Houthis from Yemen. They are tough people. They show no fear. They're a little tiny country. I'll show you. We're going to look at a map here in a little bit. But they're a small country in the tip of South America by the Red Sea. South America. By Saudi Arabia, by the Red Sea. And they have no fear of attacking UK ships, US naval ships, commercial ships. Mainly because nothing's happened to them. The U.S. has not responded at all. In different times, you get another country hitting your U.S. Navy ships, attacking commercial ships. U.S. is flying into the jets, and they're laying waste. They're not doing that this time. We're going to get into that in a minute, why that might be, but let's take a look at, let's look at what we said here. So a UK commercial ship was targeted in the Houthi attack. It says the UK ship right now is in risk of drowning. I think that means the risk of sinking, not drowning really, but 3 commercial ships were hit. The U.S. naval ship, which I believe we have the name of here, it's an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, so it's a destroyer. I don't know much about the Navy stuff. It's named the Carney. It shot down 2 drones, so it wasn't itself hit or damaged, but the 3 commercial ones were. And one of them looks like it might sink. And like I said, the Houthis have no qualms whatsoever about attacking anything. They have no fear. And this is we'll get into a bigger map. This is the Red Sea. We've got the Suez Canal up here. This is the area of one of the ships the Unity Explorer was attacked in, right here. And in fact, these are the 3 ships. This is the Sophie. It was one of the ships that was attacked. And then we have the Explorer one, the one that's on that map, this one right here. These aren't current, these are just file photos, but to give you what they, give you an idea what they look like. And this one was called the number 9 something. It's a ginormous cargo ship. So when these are hit, if they hit the ship, they hit the cargo, it doesn't matter. Soon, these things aren't going to go through the Suez Canal. They're not going to transverse here. In fact, let's scroll down here to this map. This is like showing the shipping travel. All these little arrows show which way the naval ships are traveling, whether cargo or military or civilian, whatever they are, they're all tracked. This is a ton of cargo. These are going to be mostly oil and stuff coming out of here in the Persian Gulf. But through the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, here's Yemen sticking out right here. And like I said, it's very tight through here. Maybe it's about 35, 40 kilometers across, maybe smaller. But they, if they shut that off, all this traffic's got to go around the Horn of Africa. It's got to go through other routes. It's going to, get very expensive. That's a lot of cargo on here. That stuff doesn't start arriving. Like I said in previous videos, we're in for a financial pain. That'll cause inflation going up. Everybody's excited on, what was it, Friday, because there was hints that the interest rates will start going down in March. Gold's going up. Stocks are exploding. You got this stuff going on. They're gonna have to keep rates high because inflation's gonna spike some more. This is that bigger map I was talking about. Here's Yemen. See, I'll back it out a little bit. Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Suez Canal up here. Here's Israel. So they got to transverse this little. It looks small here, but I think it's like 35 or so between this island of Mayan in Somalia, or this is Djibouti here. Anyway, they got to go through here, and the Houthis in Yemen are mostly concentrated in this southwest corner. And I think the American ship was attacked, the naval ship right across, they said from Sanana. No, I'm not pronouncing that right. So wherever that is, they got attacked straight across from there. Big problems. It's going to get worse because, like I said, the U.S. isn't doing anything to attack back. I wouldn't say afraid of attacking back. The military's never really afraid, I would say, but they might be concerned about the financial, economic implications if they do start laying bombs and bombing over here, because that'll stop all naval traffic, which will lead to financial crisis more. So are they going to try to do some kind of secret force, black ops into Yemen to try to stop it? I don't know, but if they don't do anything, if the U.S. doesn't respond, it's just going to escalate even further. So we got to keep our eye on that situation. Let's see, moving on from that, we have the NATO chief said we should brace for bad news out of Ukraine. So General Jens Stoltenberg, in a fresh interview, warned the Western Alliance to brace for more bad news out of Ukraine. Basically, probably one thing is news is that Ukraine is basically lost. They're in a stalemate. They've lost so many men, troops, equipment. Where are they going to go from here? They're not going to take Russia back. Russia's pretty much, solidified where they have, and they're taking more ground as we speak. They've surrounded another city. Going to enclose it soon. And like I said, they still talk about marching on to Kyiv. I think the bad news coming out is going to be, Ukraine needs to talk for peace or do something else, or NATO has to join in fully and go full on war. That could be the bad news as well. Let's see. He says he was asked whether he thinks the situation will worsen for Ukraine forces in the future, and the quoted reply was, "We should also be prepared for bad news." Yeah, so that's not good for anybody. Now, a bigger problem with this, a week ago, a German official went out there and said this and raised a lot of eyebrows. It says that if Germany was forced to enter a major war, its troops would only last 2 days in battle. 2. He said because they have such huge shortages because all the stuff they've given Ukraine, from ammo to all the weapons, that, if, let's say, Russia came into, plowed through Poland and came into Germany, they're claiming Germany can withstand 2 days of war before they run out of supplies. Now, how many days can the United States last? We've given them almost everything we've had, right? We've emptied out the artillery, the small arms. We've got tanks. We have plenty of tanks. We're sending certain tanks over there, anti-aircraft Patriot systems, anti-aircraft missiles, ATACMS, you name it, we're sending it over there. So how much do we have left here? They can't keep up production to keep up with what we're sending over there. So if Germany lasts 2 days, hopefully we could go a week or so, right? I don't know. If we have to go full in help over there, or if we have to go in the Middle East, and if we have to go and help, Taiwan out because China went in. So, not looking good if Germany claims there's only 2 days left, that they could fight for only 2 days. I don't think the U.S. is too far behind that at all. And then, of course, we have this. This is a giant fire in Moscow, another Russian factory on fire because sabotage. It happens here in the United States. It's happening over there in Russia, still in Moscow. They got to be tired of this. They probably want to end the Kiev thing also, the war over there, so they can, a surrender for them would probably stop a lot of this. So a lot of insurgent stuff going on within Russia right now. And then we have this interesting note. This is, Israel, Hamas still going at it. Gaza's getting lit up. Israel's telling people in the north to move south, people in the middle to move further south. This is translated from an Egyptian source out there saying that tomorrow, on December 3rd, the Claw air maneuver will begin the eagle in every sky of our dear homeland. I'm trying to read it. It doesn't translate too well, I guess. This is a translation of Arabic above. A 48-hour flight ban. Words are hard right now. A 48-hour flight ban has been imposed. The Eagles are ready and waiting. Mr. President's decision to impose a flight ban on the southern Gaza Strip has not and will not allow any force, no matter what, to break the no-fly zone. So, is Egypt going to do a no-fly over southern Gaza? Are they saying that they will attack Israeli planes if they fly over Gaza? I'd love to see that happen. I mean, I should rephrase that. I wouldn't love to see that, but I'd like to see if Egypt's really going to try to force Israel out of there if Israel starts flying in southern Gaza. We're going to see if they do put this up. It'd be very interesting. Does it expand into, if there are Egypt planes up there and Israel starts flying bombs because they're moving south and the jets are going and the Israel planes tell them to get out? Do we have an air war against Egypt now? Does the war expand into Egypt? We'll see, but according to this, Egypt's going to try a no-fly zone over southern Gaza. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I don't think it's going to be good. And then we have this. Let me turn this on here so you can see this. So, this is not a clip from the movie World War Z. No, it isn't. As you can see from the two things, we have Spain says this direction, Morocco behind you. You can see that there are a lot of people going from Morocco into Spain. Kind of like almost looks like like an invasion force going on. United States is kind of used to this on their southern border, but it's happening everywhere. You can also notice there's not a lot of women or children in this file footage. Maybe they're just not in this one, but it's kind of a common theme that, young, strong, military-aged men are flooding all borders. Like I said, this is Morocco. Now you're probably asking yourself also, let me get out of this. I thought there was a big ocean between Morocco and Spain. Here's Morocco. This is Spain. Got Gibraltar, which is, UK territory, but there's this gap here between Morocco and Spain. Like, how are they running across? Kind of what I thought too, and I looked into it further. You zoom in, there's this little tiny, it says dotted line separating out the two countries. Little tiny place called Ceuta, C-U-E-T-A, Ceuta? I don't know. This is a Spanish territory. Not sure why it's still there. I mean, it's on the tip of Morocco. I don't know why Morocco hasn't, taken it, asked for it to be given back, whatever, but this is Spain, actually. So people are going from Morocco over here, crossing this dotted line border into, Spain. And once they are, they're in Spanish territory. They're not on mainland Spain, we'd call it, on that continent, the European continent. They're in the African continent. But since that's a Spanish-controlled territory, they're in Spain. And so they're, taking up refugee status. Maybe Spain needs to get rid of that, and then wouldn't be an issue anymore. But watch out for military-aged men flooding all countries, because the fact that there's not a lot of women and children makes me think that there's something else is going to happen. We've got to keep our, ear to the ground and head on a swivel, because I don't think anything good is going to come out of that. It's not a good situation in any country that's happening to, and it's happening to a lot of the West. And maybe it's a planned event. We'll have to see. Lastly, let's talk about this. Let's blow this up. There's the climate meetings going on right now, and this is a jet frozen to the ground in Germany. So this makes me think of a couple things. First, makes you laugh that there's a jet actually frozen to the ground, because it's a private jet that someone's taking to a climate meeting so they can decide to, John Kerry says we're going to get rid of coal plants in the United States. Yeah, good luck with that, but that's what they want to do because, we don't need energy or electricity over here from cheap coal. And they're going to increase nuclear output. They're going to get rid of all fossil fuels. And I'm going to fly my private jet using tons of fuel down there to talk about this because of global warming, which froze my jet, the owner of this, to the tarmac. So I find this ironic on so many levels. Also, I find this very a good piece of intel that Germany's, like I said previously, it's cold in Germany this year. It wasn't that cold last year. So they're going to be using a ton of natural gas. Are they going to get it from Russia? Are they going to be just cutting supplies? But, when this didn't happen last year, this kind of cold, and it's going to continue. Germany, Europe, UK, that price of that natural gas is going to go up. There's going to be a lot of financial issues, maybe shortages for heating because it's getting cold over there. So that's all I have for all you guys today. And it kind of on a semi-ironic light note, but put anything in the comment below. I'd love to hear your comments on anything I've talked about on this, from the sickness to what's going on in the wars to the immigration, anything you want to comment on below, please do. And until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.